Howdy, out today is June 29th. We have a little band of storms coming in for this farmer's market. It looks like we're only going to get rain, but we are right there on the edge where it could get ugly. So the market is still going to go as planned. Fingers crossed it doesn't get too windy, too much lightning or anything like that. So about to go get set up. I don't know, y'all, that storm's picking up. It looks like about 8:45 we're gonna get some rain, and about a half hour after that it's gonna be a downpour. So it doesn't look like this is gonna be a solid market with weather. So I don't know. Surprisingly, it turned out to be a really nice farmer's market. It rained, but it wasn't a really bad storm, so that was good. My mom's super excited. She's harvesting some potatoes right now. That was mostly just a trial run, see how they go. Those I highly doubt will make it to the farmer's market. Probably just eat those. A lot of hawk activity today. The chickens have been squawking ever since I got here. There's one that's been hanging out in this tree here, but it's also going back and forth between there and there. So the chickens do not like that. Howdy, out today is July 1st. I have done a lot today, but I've done little recording. I did some grass cutting there. I'll have quite a bit for the bees though, this section and then all up front. Also that upstairs grow room, I got that all cleaned out and swept so we can do the floor anytime, which is a good feeling. Also washed some eggs, did some work in the garden. I don't know, I can't remember everything I've done, but done quite a bit. Then I was out here, oh shoot, that scared me. That was a frog I about stepped on. Then I was out here just snacking on tomatoes because I have a lot of tomatoes. We had a bad storm over the weekend, a lot of wind, and it just completely knocked over a lot of my plants. Some of them snapped, but I think they'll come out of it. They're just kind of hard to stake up. But anyway, snacking on tomatoes. Kind of casually looking for hornworms because they're due any time. And then I saw this, which looks suspicious. So I got to looking a little bit, and then we have our first sighting right there. So he's gonna be chicken food. And on the next plant over, I found another one about the same size. So I'm gonna check all my plants real quick. Look at those sharp little muddy paws. something in the garden. My mom had another tomato dug up. These are super teeny tiny here. Don't know what those are. But something's still in the garden and likes digging something up every now and then. So far I've only found those 2 worms, but see, this is some more storm damage. It just came through and snapped a lot of branches off. Some are just kind of all twisted and gnarled up. This one over here doesn't look any good either. It snapped off, so that is a bummer. Need to stake these better out here because the wind is just crazy when it gets whipping. Well, they ate the first one real fast. They're being a little shy on that second one. Also this evening, I'm running out the 2 Cornish cross that were injured by that skunk. They're healed up pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. And it seems the Cornish cross aren't like the layers where they're not constantly picking at everything and each other, which is good. So I just gave them a little more food, which completely gets their mind off of absolutely everything. So I have 1 more to run out. So I'm gonna go grab them real quick. Howdy, yeah, today is July 3rd. I was too lazy to walk all the way out here, so I used the mower today because it's a haul going back and forth with all the feeders and waters. And I'm moving the fence right now. I've got to get that done today. But other than that, beautiful day. And should be simple. Those Cornish cross are huge. They look like they're already ready to go. They still got 1 more week. I'm going to process them 1 day early, as long as the weather cooperates. So that'll probably be next Tuesday. But I'll get this net moved, get everything situated. I'll probably start to do the awkward turn here. I haven't checked on this hive in a long while, but I see a lot of bees when I'm mowing the grass, more than usual. We've got quite a bit of activity, so maybe they finally decided to get to work in there. We're gonna pop it open and see. I will say the population does look to be up. It used to only cover 2 frames. Now they're, let's say, up about 4. So it's getting good. They still haven't done anything with these outsides, but they always work from the middle out. But at least there's a little progress there. I don't know if this is a new development or I've just never noticed, but this chicken's got, it almost looks like a broke leg, but it kind of bows out funny when she walks. Getting around on it just fine, but it's definitely not normal. She can even run on it, so must just never noticed it before. That's odd. Part of me wants to grab her and try and pop it back in, if that's even what it is. But the other half of me just says leave it alone, and she's getting around fine on it. She's running, she's walking. It just looks bad. Maybe she'll grow out of it. We're supposed to be getting a little rain later, but it keeps drying up, so hopefully we get something. I think the 4th might be a bit of a washout for any sort of 4th of July celebrations, but hopefully we get some clear weather. Howdy out, today is July 4th. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. It's been kind of rainy most of the day. It let up about an hour or two ago, so things are kind of drying out, but not enough for fireworks, at least if you're sitting on a lawn or something. But anyways, I'm about to get the chickens done here. Chickens don't really like fireworks, but luckily there's not really that many fireworks going off around me. They kind of get used to it after a while, so it's not that big a deal. It's just the initial first booms kind of mess with them. But anyways, this is their new setup as far as the fence. It's kind of an awkward configuration because this is the back corner of the property here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them taken care of. And the cucumbers did not disappoint this year. I've already picked maybe 15 of them. There's just a ton in here that are ready to be picked. I'm trying to hold off until the farmer's market about the day before to really pick the majority of them, but you really want to make sure you get them before they start turning yellow on you. That way they keep on producing. Howdy out, today is July 5th. I hope everybody had a happy and safe July 4th celebrating. Today I would like to see about getting some honey. I have a tight schedule today between everything I'm trying to get done on the farm. I already did chores today, made some bread, and now I'm looking at doing some honey before I head back to the farm. So I'm gonna check this hive out, see if they're doing anything in their super, and then I'm also gonna check this hive out. I know they do have some honey ready in one of these. I am not a fan of spiders, but this is the most colorful spider, and he's got some food in his mouth. Really cool looking. Don't know what it is, but it's cool. Anyways, in this hive here, they've got the honey super cleaned up. I don't see anything capped in there, but I am gonna dust everyone with powdered sugar while I'm at it. This honey super is super full of honey, even more so than last time. Looks really nice. This is just one frame. So far I've gotten about half of it harvested. This is a much darker honey this time compared to the last go around. I'm interested to see what it tastes like. This frame here is a lot lighter, which is pretty comparable to what the last batch looked like. It was a really tasty floral. This smells so good, you guys. So this is just one turn, about to flip it around. You can see quite a bit of honey in there. So this is a 4-frame extractor. So once you spin it once, you get all the honey off one side, then you flip the frame to the other side, and then you can get the other side and do that. So you get a total of 4 cranks, basically, 2 for each of these, and then 2 for each of the ones that are still over there. And yeah, this is going to be the largest honey harvest. The last one, I only did 6 frames. These were chock full, so I'm going to do all 8 frames, both front and back. Beautiful, and everything is spun out. You can see everything's empty here. There was just one frame that was really light over there. Everything else is pretty dark. The color of the honey, it really just depends on what's blooming that time of year. So sometimes you just don't know what you get. So I'm interested to see what this tastes like. I really like processing the honey when it's hot because it runs a lot faster. It's not as slow as molasses. So it is pretty toasty because it's coming from outside, and today we're sitting at, we're in the 80s somewhere. So this runs real easy, but if you take it inside to some AC or it's just a cooler day, it takes forever to strain the honey. And now that we're done grabbing the honey, I left the super on there. The bees are getting a little crazy. Shake them off real quick. Kind of hard to do one-handed. Maybe just leave them on. Gonna give back the empty frames. Set you guys down there. And they will happily clean up all the leftovers that are in here. Always gotta be careful not to smash any. Takes a little bit of patience because they like to get in the way. empty frames are now back in the hive. You can see there's still a little bit of honey in here. I let the bees clean this up. I don't take every last drop. I didn't even uncap the frames that well. If it didn't come uncapped, that's fine. The bees can enjoy it. But I always make sure to put this nice and far away from the hives because bees love honey, and it doesn't matter what hive they come from. And if they smell just honey sitting around, they're gonna go and find it and eat it up. So you don't want it too close to the hives because it might induce robbing. And you want to keep your hives, you know, neighbor friendly. That is, neighbor friendly with each other. In here you can see we still have a little bit of wax, a little bit of honey. I do like opening this up if the bees can crawl in and out of there without getting stuck inside. So gonna bring out a few more things for them to clean up. They'll find that really quick. And y'all remember that ball of wax from the last honey harvest is about this size. I put it out here for the bees or whatever wanted it, and that thing completely disappeared. And it wasn't just the bees that were on it either. I noticed some other things were flying around interested in it. So anyway, bon appetit to the bees. Looks like one already found it, so that's cool. She's gonna go back and tell everybody else. Yeah, there's one down in there, 2, 3. So yeah, they're starting to find it pretty quick. So I'll let them clean this up for a day or two and then take it in. We've clocked in at 29 pounds worth of honey. Perfectly fine with that. The record was 34 pounds. That was my very first honey harvest ever. Was 34 pounds, so that was huge. The first one this year was 19.2, so I didn't harvest a full honey super. I only did 6 frames. This one was 7.5 frames. There was actually one frame I didn't harvest the backside, so that's pretty good. I finally caught him. It's that white one that's starting to get his crow going. See if he'll do it again. Nope, he's just gonna come up and see us. You can definitely tell that one's a rooster. You can tell I have quite a few roosters in there. But there's a good chunk of hens too. It's always about 50-50. I've been hearing him starting to figure out how to crow. I don't know if it was just him or others. It sounds so goofy when they're first starting. About a month ago, actually, I heard the very first one, which is crazy to think. But they're growing up. Well, y'all, I really should be working on other things, but the garden is just too much fun right now. Cucumbers are coming in like crazy, lots of tomatoes, lots of peppers, eggplant. There's a lot of fun stuff. So my mom's here as well, and we're just having fun out there. So I still want to get some stuff done when I get home later today for the farmer's market tomorrow. So it might be a little bit of a late night, but that's kind of typical. And as far as tomatoes go, I'm going to be bringing only Romas. I'm going to be eating all my other ones for now, just enjoying the fruits of my labor. The Romas, they're more meaty. They're not as good just picked off the vine and eating them, but all the cherries I'm eating, all the Brandywine, all the Yellow Perfection is so good. Whew, just wait, all the cucumbers. I have 32 pounds of these things. And check out these eggplant my mom grew. We have a ton of them coming on. They look beautiful. So we're gonna bring a few to the farmer's market this week.